Hey Dad, I'm finally taking the time to make a video to show you how to make your mate. It might be getting warm where you are, but this can also apply for the cold stuff too. You'll need your bombilla, guampa, and the yerba. Your yerba is a little bit different than this one, but it's the same idea. So the first thing you do is with your guampa, you're going to fill it up to this ringy part with the yerba. So it's kind of going to look like that. Then you just kind of slide the bombilla in a corner, dig it down to the bottom. I don't know what your bombilla is like, if the edge comes up like a hook, but if it doesn't, it's easier to kind of wedge it in there so that the bombilla is coming up at an angle. Then you take your water. It's easier with a thermos, that's what I use. And you just pour it in. Depending on the kind of yerba you have, some of the water might stay up on the top until it can soak down in, but this one is pretty good, so it soaks in right away. I guess I could talk about the water for a second. You boil it, or no, you heat it until it's almost boiling. You don't want to boil it because it'll burn the yerba, but if you just make it hot enough so it's like coffee or tea, drink it real slow, sips at a time. At first it's kind of bitter because there might be some powder, depending on the kind of yerba that you have. It's the taragüey. I've never actually had it, but Karen says it's really good. It might have a little orangey flavor to it. If you want, if it's too bitter for you, you can add sugar. The Argentinians put sugar on the top. So I don't have any in front of me, but they probably just take spoonfuls of sugar and dump it on top, maybe one spoonful. Or that other weed that I sent to Mom, that it's called ka'ahe'e. The sweet leafy stuff. You can stick one or two of them in here, and as you're pouring the water in, it'll sweeten it up. I put in 3 leaves one time, and it was terrible. It was too sweet. So I would recommend one here and one back here for later. So basically, when you're drinking it, right now, the water is kind of gone because I drank some of it. So when you fill it up, you can kind of see how there's a hole here, maybe. There's a hole here, and the rest of it's raised up a little bit. You pour it in the hole, kind of, I don't know if you can see that yet, so that it doesn't come up over that lip, and it doesn't get some of this other stuff wet. This should stay dry, because as you're drinking it, especially with hot water, the flavor comes out of the leaves a lot quicker. So as you're drinking it and you still have some dry leaf left, if the flavor starts going away, then you can start pouring it more. You can start pouring it more in the middle or on one of the sides to get some of those dry leaves wet. But it's a good idea to keep some of the dry leaves there throughout the whole time. Eventually you're going to be having them all wet, but by then you probably will have had enough anyways. It takes a little bit of practice to get it going right, but it's pretty good. I like it a lot in the morning when it's cold, and as I understand, it's still cold by you, so try it out and see what happens. That's all. I will talk to you later.